collective energy reading. Please only take what resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress. Somebody could be opening their mind, looking at that black and that white. That's when you have that consciously awoke. That's like when you're going down the aisle and you're getting married and you're having that vow and it's that sudden awakening and you're looking about these mistakes and that's misunderstandings. That could be feeling like a victim, or feeling like you lost soul, like you wasn't connected. You wasn't looking at that duality, the black to the white area, because you was detached from those thoughts and those feelings. You wasn't using the intelligence. Take this all as it resonates. That's when you're in Aquarius and you're being uncompromising and you're not being your true authentic self. And they could want forgiveness. This is not looking now, because that's looking at your beauty. Somebody, this could be a fire sign looking back towards you. So you're stable, nurturing, caring. They maybe want to be able to flirt and extend light-hearted energies. They may see you as a lover, a choice. This could be somebody that's close to you, a family, a friend, that's wanting marriage. This could be this King of Wands that's just getting that leadership, gaining structure, bold. They was like this big ego. They may be coming towards you fierce, ready, persistent. They could just be unclear on that path and it's unfolding, dreaming. And I'm longing for you. They could be longing for you, dreaming, thinking about you. Take it all as it resonates. Because I was looking at these disagreements. That's like that black to the white duality. They could be gaining groundment. They needed inner standing to be able to overstand. Because that's when you're looking at that duality. You've got the black to the white. You've got grounding. You're moving with love. You've got harmony and balance. There may be no harmony and balance. Take it all as it resonates. They may be looking to be able to come and provide this harmony and balance towards you. And wanting this agreement. They may be wanting an agreement because you have disagreements. And I wish you understood how they felt. They're having that union because it's awakening and coming back to each other. They may want to be able to come back towards you because of your absence. They're feeling that because that's that openness now. That's that duality. They was in their mind, in their thoughts. They was not able to make that right decision because they was asking themselves all questions. You staying out at night to not go home and have a confrontation. So they could be staying out at night, not going home because they're having confrontations. Take this all as it resonates. It says social interactions need to learn to get along with others. So they need to be able to learn to get along with others because they didn't have that social interaction. Maybe having that union, that's where you have that inner standing to be able to understand. Someone could be looking at you and wanting a union with you. Maybe you would be, maybe you would. So that union, so maybe you'll be great. So they could be questioning themselves. They're having this back and forth conversations with the mind. Interactions, they need to learn how to get along with other people, just different understandings to be able to understand. That's where you've got different perspectives, different backgrounds, different wisdom. They need to be able to get out of their ego. I never quite found my thing. I didn't let no one tell me I can't do. So you didn't quite find your thing. They didn't let no one tell you they can't do, so they kept on doing what they was doing when they wanted to be able to do it. Now rather having that awakening, they was flighted, detached. They was too controlling and stubborn. Agreed, specific, accept, wishes, let go. So you have to say, have that grade, you've seen the specific things, you have to accept those wishes, you have to let go. Chest pain, anxiety, or heart attack. Now the absence is view, they're feeling anxiety, they're missing you. They're having chest pain, feeling like they're in anxiety, the chest is hurting, headache, nostalgia, looking back at pictures, because the social interactions they needed to be able to learn, to how to get along. It's too many here because they're in their mind now, connected to their emotions. They're in that Seven of Cups because their choices. They're in Hermit, making wisdom, gaining understanding. Because they're seeing now about that solar eclipse, about 6 months, find your inner truths. That was a catalyst for change, that transformation. They have these cosmic triggers. So you could have had disagreements 6 months ago. It was a change. That was the cosmic agreements for you to gain that strength. And that's looking at that gentleness. And you have to have that confidence to gain that understanding, to be able to understand when you're in situations and when you're around certain people, who you're around, why you're around. Because that's you gaining that inner perspective, that inner strength to know who, where, what, when. That's I am. When you're in that fire sign energy, take this all as it resonates. That's when you're in that down and you're just discerning, questioning thoughts, feelings. Five of Swords. Who was hostile? Who was defeating? Who brought that conflict? Maybe you would. maybe you wouldn't, and that's sacrificing, and that's that plot twist, and having that abrasive. That's when you conflict of thoughts within your mind. This is somebody from your past being that generosity, and they're having this tower because this page of wands. That's exciting plans, clarity, mystic. Now they're looking and having that tower moment because that's that higher clarity about who you were. So they're having this stress and it's causing them conflict because of your absence. That's giving them anxiety, heart attack, chest pain, stiff because of the things that they was doing, holding on. And that was when you accumulate insecurity, and it's that mindset. It's harder because it causes stress. And then you get clarity because of those illusions, and that's confusions, all because when you was in the ego and you wasn't having that clarity of thought, like honest to yourself, looking at that reality. Because when you was being protective and holding on to certain illusions, causing confusions, why was you holding on? This feminine energy, this masculine, take it all as it resonates. Now they're seeing that greater habit. It's tight, and that's conversing. Now they're looking at the persuasiveness, and people was persuading them. It's harder for them to be able to have that balance because that's now they're connected to their emotions, using their intuitions. This page, there was a lovable rogue, good news, creative, playful. They maybe want to be able to come towards you with some good news, being creative, because they was indecisive. I know I'm able to be able to make a decision. They was not being able to make that decision because they was conflicted of mind because of their ego, or because they was in that childlike spirit trying to be able to create. And now they're looking at that they were securing within this property. They could be seeing they was going to seek and trying to secure a property, and that's caused stress and conflict because it was being not attached to their emotions. So now they're opening their mind, or because they was indecisive and they didn't have that inner strength to have that discernment to evolve. And that's looking at that vision, and that's that strength when you start looking at it from a different perspective, and you get consciously awake because that's a part of that life force, and you get awakening, and it's time to be able to look inwards. And you have to look, it's that attentive eye, because your heart is to be able to guide you, and that's the thing, that's the operating system. It's connecting. The heart is that mini brain connecting to the emotions, and then you're feeling, it connects you. You have to use your intuitions as to the actions that you was taking and the reactions, and then that causes you to be able to gain that strength because you was putting great stress, great instability. They didn't have that discernment. Now they're gaining that clarity, and they're seeing it's that support source, it's that life force, and that's confidence. They need to be able to free and roam, and that will follow their path because you had to let go. You've seen certain people cause you conflict. They didn't have, you had a disagreement. They could have reunited somebody else. Now within your absence, they're looking back at you. You gained your strength. You got knowledge. You got wisdom. Kept on moving forward. Ended certain karmic cycles. Got connected to your emotions. Now they're looking back towards you because that's their mindset. They're looking at their heart now. That's that 10, that's 4. They may be wanting to be able to come and give you this balance because they're seeing that visions. You're holding your strength. You're productive. You're caring. You're nurturing. And it's time to be able to examine that productivity. That's like looking at that when you're indecisive, and you may be causing you to be able to miss that opportunity. So they're looking back towards you, connected to their heart. They can see that scarcity mindset was causing them to be able to lose their self because they lacked confidence. That was inner standing to be able to overstand, because now they're looking back at their mistakes. No genetic material, no growth, no reproduction. So they're having disagreements in this house. Now they're gaining that strength because they're gaining that vision. There was no genetic growth, and that social interactions needed to be able to learn because of these disagreements. You're my girl. I will always need you. You remind me to be a better person. Who gonna hold me hand when I'm scared? You are the one to break me through. So that's they seeing you had these disagreements, but you had that strength. You was that carer, nurturer. You had that vision. Now they're looking back towards you to say that you was that caring, nurturing one. You provided that support. You was that assistance. You was like the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. In tune with oneself, Sanskrit. So they can see you're in tune. You've got that strength. They're having conflict to their mind because they're looking back towards you, and you're all right because that was that plot twist. And they can see now you're in that standing, divine truth, divine power. You went to that evolution. It's caused them stress. Will you date someone with a disability? Why would you want the burdens? Because everyone is deeply with stress with something. Someone else has always got some unseen disability. So they can see they may be having lack and conflict and stress now, anxiety. That's when, you know, when you're suffering with depression, feeling like you're having a heart attack because of your ego, your pride, you lack confidence, you didn't see what you was doing with that life force. Complex, best imagery still can't provide you with a complete picture. So they've got that complex imagery, still can't provide them with that complete picture because that's that scarcity mindset. It's hard because they're not connected to their emotions and the productivity. They need to examine themselves because that's looking at the dragon eyes and the indecisiveness of their mind. All I wanted to say is I love you. Their throat chakra was blocked, floor. So they didn't have that throat chakra blocked because of their communication skills or because of that forgiveness. They didn't know how to be able to communicate effectively. And that's looking at that generosity and compassion. They didn't lack compassion, so now they're looking back at these mistakes because of that game. And they're looking now because it's that genetic material, no growth. They're feeling stagnant and they're looking at that vision. Because they're thinking now, they're all in my head. And I can't stay over and over again. And I can't get over and over again. And it hurts so bad. Because they was running away and ghosting and disappearing. And they lacked strength, so they was just a runner. And now all of a sudden, I'm longing for. They're longing for you. Because that past life they're looking now, they could be spying back towards you on pictures. They could be looking back on photos, computer. They could be looking at your social media networks. Because they're looking back now and identifying about the actions that they took, and that aggressive approach wasn't connected to their heart. You were steadfast. They didn't have that wisdom the way how you had wisdom because you was productive. And they was trapped. They was trapped in their mind. That's all because they were stuck, tied down to these assets because they was trying to be able to create and secure, or because they had people clinging on. Now they're looking at you. They can see that you're their soulmate because they're connected to their emotions. They're wanting to be able to embrace and come towards you. Take this all as it resonates. The hurt is real. Tears and pain. I know the Most High sees me trying to do right. So now they're thinking, gaining that strength. They're looking at the disagreements. They wish they had that inner standing to be able to do better, or due to the social interactions, and they had no material growth. They could see that the reproductive, they was trying to be able to create a child, and that stress, and it's caused conflict, and there's no growth within there. Fundamental change in who they are. Fundamental change. They're able to be able to do more. Need you less. More independent. So they can say you had that fundamental change. They didn't need you. You didn't need them. You grew. You had that strength, that courage continues to keep on moving forward. That was your confidence. And that was you looking at your complete trust within inside of you. And that was your personal power. After 10 years, kids can get arrested. Show your babies to be special. So you have to say you can get arrested because that's arrested in your mind. And then you have to gain strength because you get locked up, and then you have to gain that confidence. And running and ghosting, invisible in your mind, and that causes stress and conflict. That's when you get into that ego. Let's do the same. Let's do the same with the rest of them. Understand what they're saying. Look after your husbands. I've lost touch with who I was. So they could be saying they lost touch with who they was. They was hostile, or because it was in the ego. That's the plot twist. They was sacrificing because they was gambling. They shut you down. Don't respect you. Should listen the first time. So they shut you down now because that made you be absent. They didn't respect you because the way how you're securing, you're steadfast and you're loyal. They was being selfish. They didn't use their intuitions. The way how you was creative. Good old road trip. Perfect way to be able to get the mojo back. So now they could be looking to be able to take travel. They could be looking organised because of their habits and their structures. Even the way how they was moving. Take this all as it resonates, guys. They were looking towards you because they're wanting forgiveness now. Because they're living their mind thinking. To be able to follow their bliss. And when I know you are happy, do something. Do you enjoy today? Feeling joy and hope will bring us closer to our journey and will put us at that ease. Then you've got that strength, you've got that vision to keep on moving forward and not be afraid. They was afraid. They're going to let you know they was afraid. I'm afraid to be able to let you down. Once you get to know me because of their mindset, their hostile mind, lacked capacity, or because they was controlled and stubborn, didn't know how to hold these boundaries and their communication skills, or because they wasn't truthful and they didn't have that understanding to be able to express emotions, or because of their ego. And that's what made them trapped in their mind, institutionalized, like when you go prisoning, you're stuck because of that mindset, trauma, pain. And now they're learning, because that's striving. They're striving, you're striving, they're learning that you're new, unique and special. And they haven't met nobody like you before, because they're now connected to their emotions. They can see how you're caring, providing, supporting. You're creative, you're able to use your intuitions. You took leadership, you got authority. You ain't got no bad habits, and you look and you connect to those emotions. Any habits you got, you just creating, moving, learning, and you're watching those signs. They're now looking at those signs. They may see, oh my gosh, you're my soulmate. I'm getting this marriage. They may feel like they want to be able to come and have this marriage alongside you, because they see you're following your bliss. You've collected, you've got introspection, you're grounded, connected to those emotions, through fluidity. Your fluidity with that, the way things are. Let's see what message. Oh, it's come out sideways. That moment, they was just blocked in that moment due to the temptations, and now they're thinking carefully about the situation, about this marriage, because that's that 1-1, and it's an important number. It's that twin flame. It's symbolizing that harmony. They're getting that telepathic message. Got 2 cars, so they could be saying they've got 2 cars. You could have 2 cars. 2 cars could be significant. Are you sure you want to do this? So are you sure you want to be able to do this? Take a road trip, feel much better. Are you sure you want to take this road trip and feel much better? You'll be going near the ocean, releasing certain emotions. Take it all as it resonates. They could be traveling, strength, 5, 5, 4. They could be thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to get moving. They're gaining wisdom. You could be gaining wisdom before you start moving and traveling. You can be so much more with freedom, with the freedom to be just your true self. So you could be getting free and just being your true self. They could see with your freedom, you've just gained your strength. You come your complete self. You've seen the plot twist, and you kept on moving forward. Certain people was accumulating scarcity mindsets, and you just kept on staying balanced. Use your intuitions, connected to yourself, add compassion for you. Take a road trip, feel much better. So, oh yeah, you can be so much better with freedom. So you can be taking a road trip to feel better. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Family emergency, out for a couple of days, off work. So you could be striving, they could be out for a couple of days off work, because they're seeing that family emergency, hostility, habits, tight wad. Now they could see they're trying to be able to communicate and clarify certain things. They may be wanting to be able to come and flirt with you. They may see that you're getting new love. You could be going towards new love. Somebody could be coming towards you. Take this all as it resonates with hostility and conflict with this union. So be careful when they do try to be able to come towards you. Love yourself first. That's why you got that strength, because you've got that discernment, and you're unable to be able to identify, to be able to recognize. I'm going to sneeze. So pay attention to these red tap flags when people come in to be able to tempt you. They come in with hostility, maybe come in smiling at your face when they might chat behind your back, to stab you for this reunion. Careful. Be careful with that, because you could be going towards some new love. I'm searching for a real love. Let go of control issues. They wasn't able to be able to let go of control issues. You may not be able to let go of the control issues of the outcome. Continue to keep on moving forward, because that may be your soulmate. You may be looking at the signs. It's a telepathic message, but be careful, because this could be some new love coming in. You may have to just see and identify those signs, but start learning about the twin flame journey, because when you're just looking, it's harder. And that's that mindset. When you've got that scarcity tactics, you need to connect to those emotions and get practical. Start using your intuitions. Have compassion for you as well as those that surround you. Take this all as it resonates. I'm just going to take 2 more. It says, the word of the abideth in you are strong. I can't always help the way you deserved to be helped. So you can't always desired. You can't always help the way certain people are desired to be helped. Thought it was a setup. Third possibility. Drawing a point. Game over. So that's what you thought was a setup. It could be a setup. It's drawing a point. It's that plot twist. They thought it was a setup. You might think it's a setup. Don't be afraid it's not. Fuck around. Sorry, guys. Fuck around, rack up at the party for the hell of it. Weekend vibes. So they maybe wanted to be able to come, party, third party, draw in a point, game over. So they could have been out racking it up for the weekend vibes with a third party. Take this all as it resonates. You just let go of control issues. Continue to keep on moving forward, gain that perspective. Listen to the messages, you got the signs. It's the deep love, it's that connection. Have that confidence. This is a page of wands, so a lovable rogue. You can see they may be like a king of wands. So you know, fiery signs, fighty, flighty, detached from emotions, thoughts. Quiz them, question them, identify where they're going, because they may be wanting to be able to come back towards you now. You just now have these boundaries in place. Be discerning. Listen to the spiritual guides, because they're gaining that strength. They could be getting that sudden change steadfast. They can see you're steadfast and you're organized. So they're discerning because of their habits, and they may be shy to be able to come towards you. They can see you've got these hidden powers. You've got that leadership. You've got structure. You're awakening. They're trying to be brave because they can see they were stubborn and vain and controlling. Now they're looking at that your absence. They're having that marriage, that awakening. That's that 11. That's a spiritual box. They're gaining understanding in regards to who you are, connecting to their heart and their emotions. And remember, you can't always help the way you desire or they desire to be able to be helped. And you have to help yourself first before you can help somebody else. That's you have that balance of mind, clarity of thought, have that love for yourself. And remember, a new partner has stirred your romantic feelings. Pay attention to the red flags and love yourself first.